Hi, welcome to Xplosion Weekly Wrap-Up. I'm your host, the Historic Nerd. You know, guys, I'm just not that motivated this week, so I'm sorry, but that's why I brought my buddy Shia LaBeouf to help motivate me.
Do it!
Alright, if that didn't do it for you, it certainly did it for me. But welcome to the Xplosion Weekly Wrap-Up. This week we got some fun little news to talk about. Doom and more Doom-related accessories, along with the passing of a great X game champion, some Ghostbusters news, and let's find out why a museum is really mad at Quentin Tarantino and Kurt Russell. So welcome to the Xplosion Weekly Wrap-Up.
And work hard at it.
An Uncharted 4 Special Edition PlayStation 4 is being released. So, the new bundle's pretty nice and snazzy looking, but what would you like to see in your PlayStation 4/Xbox One? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll actually, depending on how much we like your response, we might actually give you a Steam game. So, that's worth maybe looking at. But the new trailer for Doom dropped, and it looks pretty sharp. If it's anything like Doom 3 was for me when I was younger, it should scare the crap out of me. Because I found wearing headphones at 3 in the morning playing that game in the dark was pretty great. And I really can't compare it to many other experiences with horror games, at least at that level of graphical complexity back then. But, to talk about something a little more somber, Dave Mirra, an X Games champion, passed away in Greenville, North Carolina, allegedly to a self-inflicted gunshot wound. But something you need to realize is that if you're feeling that way, if you're feeling depressed or anything along those lines, it's not a weakness. It happens to a lot of people. And it's okay to get help. So we're going to put the national hotline for suicide prevention down in the comments below, or I'll probably put it across the screen right here. And just accept the fact that you can get help. It's okay. And no one's going to think any less of you if you go out and get help on something like that. It's a big problem, and honestly, your life is worth living. But moving on, according to some other sources, you have Nintendo allegedly about to drop Mother 3. So, there are some discussions on Reddit and some other, basically, user forums where information close to Nintendo has been leaked about it coming out. And they say, don't be surprised if Nintendo is going to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of this game. And it's probably going to drop on the Wii U. What, 10-year anniversary? A lot longer than that, but anyway. 10th anniversary of its release in Japan, I guess, for Mother 3. So, don't be surprised if Nintendo does something along those lines. But, moving on to something else, Quentin Tarantino's new film, The Hateful Eight, there's a scene in which a guitar from the 1870s is smashed. And some number of sources about this state the museum's rather upset. However, sources close to Quentin Tarantino and other people involved in the film state that the museum wasn't too angry about it and actually offered them another guitar. And the guitar was valued at about $40,000 for a guitar that's somewhere around 150 years old. It's unfortunate that an item of such historical relevance and something that can't be replaced is gone. But apparently during the scene, they forgot to switch out the guitar, and Kurt Russell, not knowing this, smashed the guitar in the scene. And much to the horror of everyone on set, Kurt Russell was one of the few people who didn't know what was going on. But apparently the take was so good that Quentin Tarantino couldn't bring himself to yell cut and let it play out. I haven't seen The Hateful Eight yet, but I've heard it's a pretty good scene. And Quentin Tarantino, if any of his films are a giant insight into that, it would have to be some of his films like Django Unchained, where Leonardo DiCaprio smashes a glass and cuts his hand open, but the take continues to roll. So it's a good cinematic masterpiece, and I guess it was kind of a nice almost Viking burial for that guitar on its way out. But it's unfortunate. It's kind of unfortunate because historical preservation is something that I believe in and I think is really important. It's unfortunate that the guitar was destroyed, but also it's going to live on in film forever in that moment. So that's something the guitar can at least have. But moving on from that, you also have the Ghostbusters website coming up, along with a first official announcement of a trailer dropping pretty soon. So that's some kind of interesting to look at. Personally, the new footage and stuff from the Ghostbusters film, at least the shots I've seen, I haven't been impressed with. Because I'm not sure what they're going for. I really don't know if they're going to completely reboot the series and do their own thing, or they're going to try and incorporate the old actors into it and kind of have it be more like a handoff of the franchise with like the concept of like Ghostbusters teams or something more interesting like that. But, I mean, we'll see where this goes. It could be bad. I'm so old and cynical at this point, I think it's probably just going to be bad. So, I'll give it a shot. I might go see it. We'll see what happens. But thank you for joining us on the Console Explosion Weekly Wrap-Up. I'm your host, The Historic Nerd. And also, if you want to enter in a number of events where we're giving away free Steam games, please check out our Facebook page, The Console Explosion. Or please visit us at theconsoleexplosion.com. And the last podcast, we didn't really cover much of this, at least that I covered on this show today. But there's kind of more interesting and useful stuff on the podcast as well that you might find entertaining. So please join us over there as well. And like and share, and please comment below. I'm the Historic Nerd, and thank you for watching.